Yo guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and it's time for jazz again. I'm gonna talk about jazz guitar, basic rhythm changes. It's gonna be really cool. For those who don't know what rhythm changes, we're gonna talk about it. I'm first gonna play what we're gonna learn, and then you'll learn it right from scratch. Even if you have no clue about jazz, you're probably gonna be able to play rhythm changes after this tutorial. But that's what we're gonna talk about. And so on. So this is going to be for all fans of cool jazz, and it's going to be cool, really cool. So when we want to, you don't need to have any experience in jazz for this thing here, but of course you need to have your things a little bit together, otherwise it's going to get a bit tough. But we're going to really learn the basics of rhythm changes, and the first thing we need to learn is what in fact are rhythm changes. This is rhythm change, exactly this type of musical form, and there's so many tunes which are rhythm changes. You can take Flintstones, Yabba Dabba Doo, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. That's rhythm changes, and of course I got rhythm. That's rhythm changes. Title makes it clear, it's rhythm changes. We're gonna learn what rhythm changes are. Of course there's several versions of rhythm changes, but we're gonna learn the basic one of course, and how to work basically over rhythm changes, and then a whole new world opens up for you, because this is one of the topics in jazz. Well, at least when it comes to traditional, not traditional, but like cool jazz or bebop, whatever. Rhythm changes is really a topic. Well, where shall we start? Yeah, so the first thing we need to learn, of course, is what is exactly the form of rhythm changes, and that's what we're going to check out first. Okay, rhythm changes is, I would say, 98% is in B flat. Why in B flat? Because for horn players, specific sax players, that's the key of C. It's the most easiest for them, and then they can really noodle around. So it's in B flat, and it's basically a 1-6-2-5 thing in the A sections you have, and it's two chords per bar. And I'm gonna show you some basic chords which you can use here just to play the chords for that. So we have B flat, of course, B flat major 7. Then we go to G minor 7. That'll be like this. Here, middle finger, ring finger. Then C minor 7. And to F7. There are, of course, other versions, but I've already told you we're doing basic rhythm changes today, so we make the most easy possible way of doing this, but the form itself and also the soloing doesn't really change, at least the one I'm showing, whatever chords you take. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you play that 4 times, so that will be 8 bars. Then one A section is finished. Then you repeat the A sections as 2 times this form. Then it goes into the B section. The B section is 2 bars of D7, we take this D7 here. There are of course other versions, but we take a really easy basic one. D7 to G7 to C7 and to F7. You can take this one here or this one here. However, that was the B section, also 8 bars. Then the form is A, A, B, A. Then we play one A section again, and then the entire form is finished. So the form is the first thing you need to learn by heart, and the best way to do that is just by playing through the tune or the rhythm changes and playing the chords to memorize also in your ears how rhythm changes are. Let's do that. I'm just going to play it through. 1, 2, 3. Second A, now comes the B section. C7 and F7, and now comes again A. And now the form is finished. As already said, there are several versions of this type of form, but the basic form of the 2 times 8 bars A section, one section with 8 bars B section. The B section is always more or less like this: D7, G7, C7, F7. But the A section sometimes works with some variations on the chords. But rhythm change is basically that. Good. So now we have the chords together. Now let's figure out what we can play over this. And since we are doing basic rhythm changes, we just want to have a first approach with absolute no knowledge at all. But still you want to play rhythm changes, and there's a really easy and cool way to do that. And I'm a big fan of cool jazz. You know, there are books and books over rhythm changes, but I'm going to do the cool jazz approach, so we want to make it cool. Okay. So on the A section, you can treat it like a blues, but a major blues. So you're using the B flat major pentatonics, which is this one here. I strongly recommend that you also learn the second position here, this one here. Also, okay, and also when you do the major pentatonics, one note is missing. You want to make it sound bluesy. We need the blue note in the major pentatonics, and that will be here. What's the D sharp? That note is extremely important for this approach, for this cool jazz approach. And also in this position here, we make this type of fingering. You can also see it in this way. It's always, this is an approach note on the third note in the pentatonics, okay? So 1, 2, 3 approach notes you can do. You could do like this, but I would recommend this. So you get the approach note from here, and the rest you can stay in position. So that would be the major pentatonics on the A section. And now, when you want to solo over the A section, you use this. How you use this? What is really important is that you play around the root, You have the root here, the B flat here, the B flat here, B flat here. So this is the root, okay? Then you play. And you play around the blue notes. We have the root here, here's the blue note. So you don't need to play many notes, you just have to be cool, cool as jazz. And then you're already on the right spot for this. I'm going to show you. I didn't do much till now. See, it works. It really works. You don't have to do much. But what is very, 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 I cannot highlight this enough, important is a 2-4 feeling. What is 2-4 feeling? You already know this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't see my foot here, but the foot is always on 2-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What does this do? First of all, it makes you automatically make dead notes on 2-4. So you make, wait, let me quickly zoom out a little bit that you also see my picking hand and the action of it, because that is not really important. You make 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you only play this little phrase, which is technically very easy, but you have it in 2-4 feel, 2, 3, 4, 2, and it automatically pulls back your phrasing, which is what we really want if you want to be cool and jazzy. Okay? Let's do this. You can also play more notes, as long as you keep the 2-4 feel going on. As I said, you can play even more notes if you want, if you can, but what is more important than to play many notes is to keep the 2-4 feel. So 2-4 feel comes first. You play as many notes as you can, as long as you still have the 2-4 feeling going on. That's really important, because as I already noticed, it pulls back your phrasing, and that's what we want. Good. Now, what we do on the B section, then this doesn't work anymore. Doesn't, just not. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the tutorial, for this tutorial you don't need to have any knowledge of theory or stuff like that. It's really a basic way of doing rhythm changes, but it's also for experienced players, it's a good method to get more structure into the solos. So now we have the B section is 2 bars of D, 2 bars of G, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F. Okay? So the easiest way you can do that, you just take the D here as an example. You take these notes. These are the chord notes of D. Then we go to the chords note of G, chord notes of C, and chord notes of F. It's really simple. Now try to make it sound cool. Wait, where's the B section here in my backing track? By the way, if you like the backing track, specifically the piano player, I play the piano on this backing, also the bass, but also the piano. So I think here we have the B section. Oh, that was not the B section. Where's the B section? Oh, I found it. Sorry guys. As you can see, I don't really prepare tutorials with a script. Just comes, now the marker has disappeared. Has to be here, the B section. Okay. Now let's do the B section. The easiest ways. Here we go. Already this works pretty much. I have to do a second marker to show it again. Sorry, I forgot to do it at the beginning. Okay, so now we want to have a little more a jazzy approach, so we connect the chords with this chromatic approach. And you make it quite easy going. You can choose a rhythm you want, but stay laid back with 2/4 feel and just keep it cool, okay? See, when you play the B section like this, nobody will ever know that you have no clue about modes and stuff. It's really coming from the basics, but it works. You can also take other arpeggios, like D here, G here, F here, C here, F here, if you wish, but that's up to you. Now let's put everything together and you see the whole thing works. And it works really good. It's not such a brainer. Let's do that. B section. Also go in the higher positions of the major pentatonics. I was just playing out in the root position. Now let's go to the higher position. You guys, that was jazz guitar, basic rhythm changes. I hope you enjoyed it. As already said at the very beginning of the tutorial, this tutorial is for those guys out there who want to play jazz guitar and have no clue about the theory and stuff like that, and this system works even on a complex form like rhythm changes. And of course, it's only basics. There could be many other ways to deal with rhythm changes. I know that, you know, when you talk about Charlie Parker stuff, we talk about Coltrane stuff. There are some guys who do that. It's really a personal decision what you really like to do. You know, I'm a big fan of cool jazz and the Miles Davis approach, having, you know, playing with the time and space in a form. So the focus on here in this tutorial is that you can master the form. You have a good timing with a 2/4, and you have a laid back, which even works without a backing track. Okay, so that is the focus here. Of course, also in the B section, of course, you can play many other things, but I want to just for you guys that it works, that you can start enjoying it, get a first step into this world, and then everything else will follow. You know, if it's too complicated at the beginning, probably it's not for everybody, but this really works here. Yo, one more to say. If you want to download this cool backing track, as I already mentioned, I play the piano. Used to be a quite good. I'm still a professional jazz piano player. You probably can hear it on the recording. I recorded something for you guys, and I wrote down an example how you can solo over this B section. All what I was talking about is documented in a Guitar Pro file. You can download there too, or a PDF if you don't have Guitar Pro. If you love my channel, please subscribe. If you love my work, please become a premium member, even if you don't want to download the stuff. And please share to the world that me and Dr. Pink are serving the world with our guitar sound. See you guys.